Hello and welcome back. Today we're chatting all about Quince and what I think are 10 of their most underrated items on the website. And I've definitely geared this towards autumn because I know those of you in the US, you're heading towards the colder months, and I thought this would be seasonally appropriate. I will also have a companion piece over on my website where I will have photographs and I will have all of the item measurements for every single piece featured, which I know is so helpful for those of you who are trying to figure out what size to order. So make sure to click down in the description box if you want to go and check that out as well. A quick disclaimer, as I know I'll get asked, but Quince only ship within the United States, so I access their products by using mail forwarding. I will leave details of the mail forwarder that I use in the description box along with links to everything that I share, but I'm just going to dive right into it. I'm going to do this in no particular order. I feel like maybe the thing that I want to highlight first is their leather jacket, and to me this is something that flies totally under the radar. The quality, the thickness of this is absolutely divine. The actual leather itself is so smooth and it has that pebbled texture as well. The fit of this is really quite cool, and I don't think that the styling on their website does this justice at all. I went with my usual size small and it is quite relaxed. So if you're someone who prefers more of a traditional fit, you may like to size down or consider one of their other leather jackets. They have one that reminds me a lot of a leather jacket that I used to have from Acne Studios or from All Saints. It's quite a classic biker style, so I'll link that one below as well. But I really cannot fault this at all. Has the interior lining too, and all of these great little pockets, so super functional. You've always got somewhere to put all of your bits and pieces. I love the fact that you also have the zip up detail here on the sleeves so that you can expand that a little bit, and I like to wear it with the zipper fully undone, just as I feel like it gives it a bit more of a relaxed edge. I have to say the pricing on their leather jackets is really good, and I've currently been toying with the idea of buying this suede men's overshirt. I feel like the fit of it looks much cooler than the women's version because it also has the pocket detail too. I'm all about details. I'll put a little photo on screen so you can see what I'm referring to. This is really weighty too, and to me it just feels like such a quality piece and something that will get better and better with age the more that I wear it. I feel like everyone is familiar with Quince's $50 cashmere crew, and I've seen a lot of discussion around how can a cashmere sweater be $50, and I have said this before, but I am pretty certain it must be a loss leader for the brand. You can manufacture a sweater for under $50. It's likely that they're making little to no profit on that item, especially once you bring in all of their other overheads like office costs, warehouse costs, etc. But one cashmere sweater I don't really see talked about at all or enough is their boat neck cashmere sweater. This is a baby cashmere and it is quite possibly the softest thing that I own in my wardrobe. I am so excited about this. I've actually worn it 2 times this week already. It is so easy to style, and I like the fact that it also gives you versatility because it has the open neckline, so it can be worn off the shoulder too. So this is a great piece for your autumn winter wardrobe that you can wear during the day more traditionally, where you have that kind of open neckline spread quite widely across your shoulders, or you can jazz it up for evening and just kind of slip the collar down over your shoulder so that it reveals a little bit more skin. And I love that it's very subtly sexy in that way. The fit of this is quite slouchy and relaxed. I went with the size small, so you can see that there's actually quite a bit of room to it, and it has the back wing sleeve as well. I say the reason why I love this so much is because it is versatile, so you do have that flexibility in how you can style it, and I'm all about maximizing those items that we have in our wardrobe, but also just how incredibly soft it is. It feels like a cloud to wear, like a nice hug, and I just get so much enjoyment out of throwing this on as part of my outfit, even though it is quite a simple piece otherwise. Probably the only thing that I will say is that the cashmere on this is incredibly thin. It's not a thick ply cashmere, so it is great if you live in more of a milder climate. So I live in Sydney, perfect for the weather here. If you're in LA, you're probably going to have very similar temperatures, so this would be a great contender for your autumn winter wardrobe. On the topic of cashmere, and this isn't included as one of my 10, but I did actually just want to quickly do a review side by side of their Cocoon cardigan, which is an affordable alternative to Jenny Kane's cashmere Cocoon cardigan. I recently added this one to my wardrobe, and I have to say I was shocked at just how similar it is to the Jenny Kane one. I put them on top of each other, I laid them flat, and it is cut in the exact same way. I have a size small in both, very kind of a slouchy fit. The sleeves are bracelet length, so not too long, good if you are more petite. It's probably going to come down to your knuckles, but say probably the only difference that I could personally ascertained between the two has to do with the thickness of the cashmere, so the ply. The Jenny Kane one is thicker, it feels more plush, and from that perspective more premium, whereas the Quince one is lighter, it feels a little bit thinner. And I think if price is your guiding consideration, then you're going to be just as happy with the Quince one as you would be with the Jenny Kane one. And also I think Quince have some really good colors at the moment. There's this really pretty strawberry pink, which I think makes for an interesting neutral for the autumn winter season, but I mean really you can't go wrong. This is a good kind of cozy basic to have. One of my absolute favorite pieces from Quince that I always get asked about is my silk maxi skirt. I definitely prefer the maxi over the midi, and I feel like one of the styles that I never see spoken about is their little mini skirts, which come in so many different colors. Again, I really love this chocolate brown. It works quite well with my olive complexion, but these are fabulous because they've got the elasticated waistband. They're 100% silk, so they've got that lovely shine to them. And then they're also washable. So I do put mine in the washing machine on a delicate cycle, and they always come out looking great. So very easy to care for, especially if you're someone who has young children, but you still want to add in that quite refined, almost quite luxurious quality to your outfits with very little effort. The cut of this is really sweet too. It's got more of an A-line, flippy, flouncy sort of a design, so makes it feel really fun to wear. And all the darker colors, I would also wear with tights and boots, even though I styled it with bare legs. I went with my usual size small, and there's just the teensiest bit of room at the waist, but I feel like this particular piece does definitely fit true to size. You may or may not know that Quince also sells shoes, and their edit isn't anywhere near as extensive as their clothing. And at this point I've tried quite a few pairs, and I have to say none of them have really impressed me much until I got these, and these really just blew me away. As someone who has wide feet, it can be quite difficult, challenging to find shoes that work for me. These are the softest suede leather. They have the suede interior, and they really didn't require any stretching, anything like that for me to put these on. They feel very, very comfortable on the foot from the get-go, which I am just so thrilled with. They do come in a few different colors, but I went with the classic black. They just look a lot more expensive than they are. I do find the sizing runs a little bit more on the smaller side. So usually I would be a size US 9 at brands like Sam Edelman or Vanelli, but I got these in the US 10. For reference, I am a European 40 pretty much consistently, regardless of what brand I buy. So yeah, I mean, I really don't think that you can go wrong with these. They also have a driving loafer, which I think is really chic too. It reminds me a lot of the Tod's pair, but yeah, don't sleep on their shoes, especially these lovely suede ones, because they are just oh so comfortable. Let's talk about probably one of my favorite items in my wardrobe from Quince. It is the silk and cotton blend blouse. This has a semi-sheer quality to it, so it feels really pretty, quite elegant. And actually I am just wearing it with a nude color brown. You can't see it underneath, but if you wanted some additional modesty, you could wear it with a tank. Comes in a few other colors too, but I think a good one for kind of that transitional season where it's just starting to get a little bit colder, and you can easily style this up and style it down. I will say that I think that this particular item is best for those who have a smaller chest, just as if you are quite busty. As it is cut quite wide across the chest, it is really just going to amplify that and make you look a little bit bustier than you are. So that's just something to keep in mind. But I do think really beautiful, something that I personally feel looks best when it is worn tucked in, so that you can create some real balance in your outfit. So I would just, you know, tuck it in like I've done with my top today. But again, this is really, really nice, and you can launder this. I would just put it on a delicate setting. It is quite a oversized fit, so I went with my size small. I probably could have done an extra small, but I feel like because I am 172 centimeters, I can always take a little bit more of a relaxed silhouette. If you're petite, you'll probably want to size down, but really stunning, and one that I've actually recommended to some of my styling clients as well. Then I want to talk about their wool shacket. So this is 100% merino wool, and this is a really good option as an outerwear piece that you can actually also just wear as a shirt as well if you want, if you live somewhere particularly cold, maybe with a little base layer underneath. I've got the, I think this is called Olive. It is a really beautiful desaturated green, and I just think a very interesting color. They do their cotton sweater in the same color as well, which I've got in my wardrobe, but loads of pockets. You've got the pockets on the bust, and then also pockets at hip as well, which are wool lined too, and they've also got the cotton lining here as well. You can kind of push up the sleeves if you want to create a bit more of an interesting silhouette, but I just think a really good foundation piece, especially if you're someone who kind of dresses a little bit more relaxed. This would also be a really great one for kind of throwing on when you're walking your dog in the morning, if that's kind of part of your daily routine. But the fit of it is really, really nice too, and it does have that dipped hemline, which creates an interesting silhouette. I want my usual size small in this, and I would say definitely stick true to size. This is relaxed, but it is not anywhere near as voluminous or oversized as, say, something like this blouse here, which I just shared before. Another accessory favorite, and this one is a bit of a tease because it is currently sold out, but it is on waitlist, and I highly recommend up to the waitlist and then ordering it basically as soon as it comes in stock, because that's what I did. This is their little kind of top handle bag. I can't recall the exact name of it, but if you're familiar with the world of mid-price bags, then you'll know exactly what this is an affordable alternative to. I actually think I prefer the Quince one. I have owned the bag from Polo, and the leather on it is a little bit more rigid. It's nowhere near as smooth and soft as this. I have quite a few different bag styles from Quince, and this has the best quality leather out of all of them. It is a really beautiful pebbled leather with a nice element of shine to it. It does have the detachable strap, which is quite easy to remove. It isn't too stiff, which is nice, and I feel like the length as well of the strap is really good. This was kind of one of my bugbears with their original camera style crossbody bag, which they released at the time that those Gucci Marmont bags were very, very trendy. Or is it the disco bag? I'm sure you'll know what I'm referring to if you're into handbags, but the interior is just a cotton line. It's the one that I am using at the moment. I just think incredibly easy to wear. It's very comfortable to hold from the top handle as well because it has that structure to it. But yeah, I mean, I absolutely love this. I'm so thrilled I decided to just go ahead and order it. Comes in a few different colors, but obviously went with the classic black because I figured it would just go with everything. But yeah, and you can fit your hand through the crook too, so they've really done the dimensions well on this particular style. So definitely one to keep an eye out for, as I feel like this particular sort of bag style really adds that interesting sense of dimension to your outfit because it has such a cool silhouette. Final apparel piece I wanted to share is this polo neck cashmere sweater. So this is in the same cashmere as their $50 cashmere sweater, though I think this might be priced ever so slightly higher. I really love the detail of the collar, the fact that it has this slightly sporty, collegiate sort of a feeling, almost preppy in a way, and then you also have this lovely thick ribbed trim at the hem and then also on the cuffs of the sleeves. It's details like this that really elevate a piece and make it feel more special. The white or ivory is a little bit sheer, as you can see, and so this will give you a good sense of the actual thickness and the weight of the cashmere. It is really nice and soft. Obviously, if you go with a darker color, it's not going to be sheer and you're not going to have any issues with your bra peeking through or anything like that, but nothing a little camisole underneath can't fix, or a skin colored bra. But overall, I just think this is a really great style and definitely a great way to switch things up from a classic V-neck sweater because the collar just adds that extra interest around the face. So I wanted to kind of throw in the silk and cashmere Pashmina. This feels so unbelievably luxe. I really love this color too, this kind of toffee color. It just has so much richness and depth and warmth to it, kind of makes an outfit feel so much more special in my opinion, but just touching the fabric, it feels really nice and smooth on the hand, and it's just a very comfortable piece to wear. It is more of a lighter weight scarf, so you probably are going to want something that is a bit thicker in the dead of winter, but for the transitional season, this kind of lightweight fabric is really great. And if you are someone who tends to go to some more formal events and you want more of a pashmina to throw over your shoulders, this would be a good option for that. So that's the second to last one. And then the final accessory are sunglasses. And again, I feel like this is something I don't see anybody mention ever, but Quince's sunglass range is quite incredible. I feel like the price point is very good too. I think it's $50 US. They're all polarized lenses, so you are getting that UV protection, and they have some really great styles. I was always someone who struggled to find sunglasses that suited me, and what I realized in the last sort of 12 months is that I was seeking out the wrong shapes for my face, and now that I know what to look for, it's made the whole process a lot easier. But probably my favorite pair is this one here in the olive. These are the Lisbon sunglasses, moss polarized lenses. So cool, and it almost kind of reminds me a little bit of Brat Summer. And then finally we've got the Granada sunglasses, which I have in the espresso with the polarized lenses. These ones are blue. This is a really nice kind of coffee color. So that would have to be my final favorite. They feel really robust and sturdy as well, like great quality, and also for the price point, I don't feel like I have to be as precious with these as I do with one of my, you know, $350 or $400 sunglasses. So if my kids kind of grab these, I'm not going to freak out guys so much. So that wraps up what I consider to be 10 of the most underrated items on the Quince website for autumn. I really hope that you found this video helpful. As mentioned at the start, I will have down in the description box below a link to my website where I'll have photographs and also the exact measurements for each piece, which I hope will be really helpful for those of you who are not too sure what size to get, so you can kind of measure against your own wardrobe. Obviously, I'm highlighting my favorite things in this video, so you can probably sense my enthusiasm. I have mentioned in my last Quince review a few of the things that I would never buy from Quince. If you want to know what I recommend avoiding, I will link that video up in the cards if you'd like to go and check that one out too. But yeah, thank you so much for spending some of your day with me. If you want more reviews like this or want styling tips, how to maximize your closet, then please do hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you back, and I will see you next time with a brand new video. See you soon. Bye.